Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a highly requested video on how to deal with textured skin, and this is my beautiful young model. Her name is Lujane. In this quick makeup tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make your skin look flawless even if you have acne prone skin. I'm going to start off with prepping her skin first with a little bit of skincare. So right now I'm going to go ahead with INGLOT's Sunrise Drop Face Oil. I'm a huge fan of facial oils, and basically this will help to keep her skin moisturized but also help to balance and control her skin from getting oily, at the end of the day. Most skin types that tend to break out easily usually have skin that can get patchy or drier around the bumps. So I'm preventing that from happening by gently massaging and pushing the product into Lujane's skin. Now that I'm done giving Lujane a little, relaxing massage, I'm going to go ahead with Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. I'm actually just going to apply this underneath her eye area. I'm using a concealer brush, but you can always use your ring finger to massage the product in. Next up, I am going to use an amazing brand called FILORGA, and they've come out with a primer called the PORE Express, which is just absolutely amazing. It blurs the lines, it creates a super smooth silky finish, and I feel like it really helps the makeup to stay on longer, and it just makes the foundation look so much smoother, especially when you have textured skin. In this makeup tutorial, I am going to focus on pinpoint concealing. I am using a flat pointed brush. This is from MAC, but it's actually discontinued. But you could even use a pencil brush or an eyeliner brush for this particular method. I prefer using more creamier based textures for concealers, such as the MAC Full Coverage or Born This Way Sculpting Concealer, or even KEVYN Sensual Skin Enhancers. The key for this method, though, is really finding the shade that can help cover your spots. Now, when you're working with spots like these, they're not all going to be the same shade. So in Lujane's case, I have mixed concealer shades that are slightly more yellower because that will actually help reduce the mild redness that her spots have. Personal preference when it comes to pinpoint concealing is to pat the concealer down with your fingertips. I feel like because these concealer textures are thicker and heavier, the warmth of your finger actually helps to melt the product and make it look a lot more blended and a lot more natural. For this makeup look, I've actually used the KEVYN Sensual Skin Enhancer Concealers. They're quite thick, so a little does go a very, very long way. And I've made the shade a little bit warmer underneath her eye area for her concealer. Now, Lujane doesn't really have dark circles, but her under eye area is a little bit more hollow, which creates a natural shadow. So as soon as I apply it, I just go between the fiber dual brush or my fingertips to really push the product in. Now that the concealing is done, I'm going to start working on her face, and I'm using ILLAMASQUA's Skin Base Foundation, which has a beautiful buildable coverage, and I'm using a shade that is about 1.5 shades lighter than Lujane's actual skin tone. As you guys can see, I'm only applying it on the areas that I want to highlight. I'm not applying it everywhere, and I'm actually pushing the product in with a foundation brush. I'm balancing this out by using contour shades on the sides of her cheeks, her nose, her chin, and her jawline. I do not want to apply too much product on her face. Not only is she super young, but especially with acne or textured skin, the more you layer, the harder it is for the skin to kind of adjust and absorb the product, and it can actually make their skin super cakey. So I'm positioning the product in the places that I want to. By constantly pushing the product in with the foundation brush, I'm actually helping her makeup stay on a whole lot longer. When you're working with textured skin, buffing it is really not the best idea because it can actually make their skin a lot more flaky and even highly irritable. I know that there's this expectation that, especially when you're working with textured skin, that you really have to cake it on, and that isn't always the best answer. I prefer to target position, as you guys have seen, and by pushing the product in. And with that in mind, I am now just kind of blending and merging the darker and lighter foundation so that everything just comes together and it looks flawless. As I'm finishing the final touches of her foundation with the Beauty Blender, I'm just going to go back and cover up any spots that I feel that needs more coverage. And that's pretty much the thing about makeup. Like, you really need to kind of give it some space, some room for adjustment. If you apply way too much product too soon or too fast, it ends up looking too cakey, and it takes a whole lot longer to settle in as well. There is absolutely no baking for this makeup tutorial. Instead, I am finalizing Lujane's makeup with the Kevyn Aucoin's pressed powder foundation. It has a medium coverage and it still helps the skin to stay matte. So we're officially coming to an end to this makeup tutorial, and I'm going to finish off with Skindinavia's makeup finishing spray. This is my absolute go-to product. This is what is going to hold this entire look down. Just make sure that you kind of pat down any water spots that might kind of occur as you spritz the makeup. And yeah, there she is. This is how you can create flawless, beautiful skin, even if you have textured or acne skin. I hope you guys have found this makeup tutorial helpful, and if you do, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.